He's the musical architect who rewrote the sound of gospel, blending hip-hop beats with heavenly choirs to create anthems that shook both church pews and stadium stages. But Kirk Franklin's life today isn't just about platinum records and sold-out tours. It's about what happens when the music fades, when the lights go dim, and the man behind the microphone walks through the doors of his Dallas area estate. Since rising from humble beginnings in Fort Worth, Franklin has built more than a career. He's built a sanctuary. His home is where decades of tireless work, relentless faith, and a passion for family converge. Behind those gates, there's no stage, no audience, just a quiet rhythm of rest, reflection, and legacy in motion. But what does that really look like? How does a gospel icon live when he's not producing chart-topping hits or mentoring the next generation? Today we step into that world, the private retreat of a man whose influence echoes far beyond the music industry. Luxury lifestyle. For Kirk Franklin, luxury isn't about gold-plated excess, it's about curated excellence and an atmosphere of inspiration. His days begin in the kind of quiet most of us only dream about. Soft light spilling into a home filled with music, scripture, and family. From the outside, Franklin's life might look like non-stop performances and award shows, but his true luxury is balance. Morning workouts in a private gym keep him grounded, while personalized wellness routines, complete with nutritionists and trainers, ensure he has the energy to lead on stage and off. When he steps out, Franklin favors tailored designer pieces with a subtle edge, Saint Laurent boots with custom suits, or luxury streetwear for more casual settings. His lifestyle flows seamlessly between glamorous industry events and peaceful evenings spent with his wife Tammy, surrounded by art and architecture that speak to faith as much as style. This is a man who knows how to enjoy success without letting it own him, who collects moments as much as material things. Home tour. Step inside Kirk Franklin's home and you step into a story, not of fame but of grace. Hidden within an upscale neighborhood of Arlington, Texas, the Franklin residence is as much a sanctuary as it is a showpiece. It's where music, ministry, and family intersect under one carefully crafted roof. From the street, the home makes a quiet statement. It's large but not ostentatious, dressed in classic southern brickwork with soft white trim. The front lawn is kept immaculate, not by hired staff alone, but often by Kirk himself on a Saturday morning. Headphones on, gospel classics streaming, reminding himself of the value of simple work. A curved driveway guides you past neatly pruned hedges to a welcoming porch framed by tall white columns. Kirk Franklin's Los Angeles estate spans approximately 6,500 square feet and is valued at around $3.8 million. The property balances luxury with warmth, offering 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, making it grand yet inviting. The exterior boasts manicured gardens, elegant stone pathways, and a serene backyard with a heated pool, perfect for quiet reflection or entertaining friends. Step inside and the home opens with vaulted ceilings and gleaming hardwood floors, giving every room an airy, open feeling. Classic crown molding and custom wainscoting add a refined touch, while large picture windows flood the home with natural light, highlighting the open concept living spaces. The gourmet kitchen features marble countertops, high-end cabinetry with pull-out drawers, a 6-burner professional stove, double ovens, and a sub-zero fridge, blending style and functionality. The master suite is a retreat within itself, with a private sitting area, walk-in closet, and spa-like bathroom that includes a soaking tub, dual vanities, and a rainfall shower. Additional spaces, such as a music room and office, reflect Franklin's dual life as both artist and leader, offering spaces to create, work, and recharge. The 3-car garage and ample storage ensure practicality without compromising style. Kirk's home is a sanctuary, a space where inspiration meets comfort, luxury meets purpose. More than walls and windows, this house reflects a life anchored in gratitude. It's not designed to impress the industry, it's designed to nurture a man, his faith, and his family, cars and luxury. But when Kirk Franklin steps out of that inspiring sanctuary, he does so with undeniable presence, especially behind the wheel. One of the most striking vehicles in his collection is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class Maybach, priced at approximately $200,000. With a twin-turbo V8 engine producing 496 horsepower, it accelerates from 0 to 60 in just 4.7 seconds. Inside, hand-stitched leather seats, open-pore wood trim, and a Burmester 3D sound system create an experience where comfort and performance merge seamlessly. Then there's the Tesla Model X Plaid, starting at $120,000, a high-tech marvel with tri-motor all-wheel drive and a 0 to 60 time of 2.5 seconds, perfect for swift arrivals and futuristic flair. Its falcon wing doors and minimalist interior make every ride feel cinematic. For something more understated yet powerful, Kirk also owns a Range Rover Autobiography, priced around $130,000. Its commanding presence, plush interior, and off-road capability ensure that style never sacrifices utility. Each car reflects a side of Kirk, the visionary, the trailblazer, and the man who moves with purpose, whether on stage or on the streets. Net worth. Kirk Franklin's journey from humble beginnings in Fort Worth, Texas, to gospel music royalty has propelled him to an estimated net worth of $20 million. At the heart of Franklin's wealth is his groundbreaking gospel career. Albums like the New Nation Project 1998, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart, sold over 2 million copies worldwide, cementing Franklin as a pioneer in blending gospel with contemporary R&B and hip-hop. Hero 2005 and Hello Fear 2011 both debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling hundreds of thousands of copies in their first weeks alone. Album sales are just one pillar. Streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube generate daily royalties from tens of millions of streams. For reference, a hit like Stomp or Lean on Me can bring in thousands in monthly streaming revenue. Concert tours and live performances have also contributed significantly. Franklin's live shows, often part of major gospel tours, can command fees between $50,000 and $100,000 per appearance, with multi-city tours generating seven-figure revenues annually. Merchandise, from branded apparel to music-inspired accessories, adds another layer of income, especially during tours and live events. Beyond music, Franklin's ministry work through Kirk Franklin Ministries and appearances at churches and conferences worldwide contributes additional income, with speaking and appearance fees averaging $10,000 to $25,000 per event. Franklin has also authored books, including The Blueprint: 6 Practical Steps to Lift Your Life, earning 10 to 15% royalties per sale, with steady revenue from his faith-based readership. From TV specials and collaborations with mainstream artists to awards shows and executive production credits on gospel projects, Franklin's portfolio is diverse. Combined, these ventures place him comfortably at $20 million, reflecting a career built on innovation, spiritual influence, and a relentless commitment to gospel music. Early life and career. Early life. Kirk Franklin was born on January 26, 1970 in Fort Worth, Texas, but he was raised in the vibrant city of Oakland, California. From a young age, music coursed through his veins. He grew up in a challenging environment, surrounded by a community where faith was a lifeline and the church choir a refuge. Despite family struggles and periods of instability, Franklin found solace in singing, writing, and performing. By his early teens, he was already directing choirs and experimenting with blending gospel, R&B, and hip-hop, a bold move that would define his signature sound. His upbringing instilled in him both resilience and creativity, equipping him to navigate the pressures of a demanding music industry while remaining deeply rooted in faith. Career. Kirk Franklin's professional journey began in 1993 when he formed The Family, a choir of talented voices whose energy and passion quickly caught the attention of gospel audiences nationwide. Their self-titled debut album was a revelation, blending traditional gospel with contemporary rhythms in a way that had never been heard before. Hits like Why We Sing and Melodies from Heaven became anthems in churches and on radio stations across the country. Over the decades, Franklin released landmark projects including Whatcha Lookin' For, Hero, and the rebirth of Kirk Franklin. His collaborations expanded beyond gospel, joining forces with secular artists and further blurring the lines between genres. Albums like Hello Fear and Losing My Religion explored themes of doubt, redemption, and the power of faith in the modern world. Franklin's influence extended far beyond music. He became a sought-after speaker, mentor, and producer, shaping the next generation of gospel artists. He earned multiple Grammy Awards, Dove Awards, and Stellar Awards, yet remained committed to his ministry, blending performance with heartfelt preaching. With a voice that is at once commanding and tender, Franklin continues to inspire millions, proving that gospel music can evolve without losing its soul. Breakout success. Kirk Franklin's rise from choir director to gospel powerhouse was meteoric. In 1993, he released Kirk Franklin and the Family, a groundbreaking album that blended contemporary R&B, hip-hop, and traditional gospel choir sounds. The album didn't just climb gospel charts, it transformed them, topping Billboard's gospel chart and crossing over into R&B markets. Songs like Why We Sing and Melodies from Heaven became anthems in churches nationwide, introducing a younger audience to gospel music in a fresh, unapologetically modern way. Franklin's fusion of urban sound with spiritual depth created a blueprint for future gospel artists, and it earned him his first Grammy nomination, solidifying his place not just as a choir director, but as a visionary shaping the future of gospel music. Personal life and relationships. Outside the spotlight, Kirk Franklin's life has been a compelling mix of triumph and turbulence. He has spoken candidly about growing up in a fractured household, dealing with addiction, and the challenges of finding stability in his early adult years. Yet through every hardship, Franklin's faith in music remained his anchor. In 2015, he married Tammy Collins, a union that brought balance to a life often defined by public scrutiny and relentless touring. Their relationship is grounded in mutual respect, spiritual alignment, and shared purpose, allowing Franklin to navigate both ministry and fame with a sense of stability he longed for in his youth. Franklin is also deeply committed to mentorship and community. Many young gospel artists describe him as a father figure, someone who doesn't just teach them about music, but about navigating life with integrity, resilience, and faith. He invests time in building relationships beyond the stage, attending church events, workshops, and personal counseling sessions, seeing these connections as an extension of his ministry. For Franklin, personal life and professional life are intertwined. His family, friends, and protégés all form a support network that fuels his artistry and reinforces his mission to uplift, inspire, and heal through music. Legacy and current impact. Kirk Franklin redefined gospel music for a generation. By fusing the traditions of church choir harmonies with the urgency of hip-hop and R&B, Franklin opened the genre to new audiences without sacrificing its spiritual core. His legacy is one of fearless innovation, proof that gospel music could dominate charts, cross cultural lines, and still lead listeners back to the message of faith. Today, Franklin's influence extends far beyond the studio. He mentors rising artists, advocates for social justice, and speaks openly about mental health and addiction in the faith community. His willingness to confront difficult conversations has given him a voice, not just as an artist, but as a cultural leader. With every album, live performance, and community initiative, Franklin continues to remind the world that gospel music is both timeless and transformative. Kirk Franklin's fearless reinvention of gospel music proved that faith could be modern, relevant, and profoundly powerful. From neighborhood choirs to global stages, he has spent decades building bridges between generations and genres, all while staying rooted in his calling. His legacy is a living testimony that music, when fueled by purpose, can change not just the sound of the church, but the heart of the world. How has Kirk Franklin's music impacted your life? Which song carries your story? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay connected as we continue exploring the lives of gospel's most groundbreaking voices.